Hello once again, fellow friends. This is just hilarious. I was coming home and Two-Face, the little white and black cat that was chasing deer. That was hilarious. She thought she could catch him. I'm sorry, he thought he could catch him. Anywho, I'm going to show you how we put together our rabbit coop, if you will. Bear with me, it goes back and forth because we were doing multiple projects in this week. So we put some 2x4s down on the ground. They're pressure treated just because they're on the ground. Then we got these canal panels, and the footage is going to be spotty because it was a very windy day, and Michael was doing this by himself, and the camera kept falling over. So he'd start, and then all of a sudden I'd see grass for like the next 20 minutes when he realized that the phone had fallen. So bear with the in-betweens. But we put 3 of these cattle panels up. You can either A, overlap it slightly, or B, what Michael did was cut off one of the big panels, little squares that go around. On one top, they're big, and on the bottom, I'm guessing the bottom, I guess it could be the top as well, is a smaller size. So he cut off one of the bigger pieces. And we did 3 of these across, and then we got a tarp that fit it. On our chicken one, we got a tarp that was big enough so we could like overlap the back side. So the tarp goes over the top and also covers the back of it. And the door is in the front. But on the rabbit one, because, rabbits like it cooler. They also like more airflow. And rabbits just like it cooler and more breezier. We left the back open and the front open. Then to attach these cattle panels, we used plumber hanger. It is a spool of wire that has little holes in it. And basically, if you cut, so you have 4 holes, it's a big hole, a small hole, a big hole, a small hole. They fit a screw just perfect. If you have something that you need to tie down or work with, this stuff is awesome. You can cut the length you need. You can wrap it around stuff. It makes like the awesomest anchor down object that I found. It is so versatile. It works wonders in everything. If you've never heard of it, go to the hardware area, ask for plumbing hanger. And I mean, the projects are endless that this can help with. But that is how these canal panels are attached to the 2x4s on the ground. And you just fold these over. They sit on the inside of the 2x4s. So the pressure is kind of like pushing outwards. But yet you nailed your 2x4s and screwed them together good. And use those little L brackets on the side to help reinforce it. So everything is really secured and shored up. Because here in the Ozarks, we get gusts of wind, big gusts of wind sometimes, and you don't want this to go anywhere, especially if you have rabbits in it, or you could have chickens in it, because we made one of these for our chickens. The chicken one is on the other side of Michael, in front of the camera right now, but then we realized that we wanted the rabbits on the other side, so before we put the tarp on it, we scooted that around and put it on the front side of the chicken coop. You'll see that shortly. That was not fun to move. So, my recommendation before you start this, figure out exactly where you want it. So you're not trying to move this. It gets quite heavy. Yeah, it was like wiggle, 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 wiggle. It was a good wiggling to get it to go to where we want it. First you had to go out, and then you had to go over, and then you had to go back. Yeah. We're also working on a fence in this area because this is where our chickens are going to be. Our new place where our chickens are going to be. And we gave them half of an acre. We have it measured out. And we are drilling in T-posts right now. So we were going back and forth between drilling in T-posts and making this rabbit coop hutch for you. Michael put the 2x4s in there to measure it, not really to hold it in place, but to measure it, because he's going to cut those and start framing out the front door. He then, as you see all the little white nubbies going through, he zip tied the poo-poos out of that. And everything is zip tied. Every rung got a zip tie. My job was to go around and cut those zip ties. That was not fun. But here is the construction of the front. Nathan is helping with the chicken wire. See, as you see, now you can see the chicken one because we had to move it. This is Aries. He is the dog that adopted us. He's a really good dog. He just appeared out of nowhere like 3 months ago and just became our great, awesome dog. He's great with our chickens. He's great with our ducks. He's great with our kids. He was like, hey, this is my house. This is my family. He just moved right in. And Michael is screwing in all this chicken wire. So we cut it so the right panel has chicken wire. We cut it so the door has chicken wire. And we cut it so the left panel has chicken wire. And now we're just stapling in between each piece of chicken wire, which is tedious. But you don't want anything to get in, especially, to get into your rabbits or into your chickens. But Nathan was the greatest help here. And this is Madison actually videoing very nicely. I mean, she's getting really good with the camera. We're putting down all of the straw in here for the rabbits. Madison had fun breaking up the bale of straw, moving it all over the place. And then we have 2 rabbits that are about to give babies. We have Flower and Baby. So we're going to put in 2 pens and the nesting box on the inside. So we got 2 pens and there's a nesting box on the inside. So if need be, we can close that door and keep the little white rabbit out, which Nathan has named Captain Jack. As you can see, Flower here is already pulling out her fur. She goes almost naked. Like, she goes hardcore pulling her fur out. It's insane. Baby only pulls out a little bit of fur, but Flower, she goes nuts. They are digging their new digs. And it's simple, it's easy, and it was great to put up. This will give them lots of room, and as we get more babies, we'll get more pens. Here, on this day, we have this line going across that's to show us where our poles are going to be. It is a tape measure, so every 10 feet goes in a new T-post. And we put up the line or the wire so it stays straight. And right now, we have about half of it done. We have the right-hand side down, and we have the back half going over. Now we just have to come up and to the front. And then the T-post will be driven in, and then we'll get the fencing and put the fencing up. And then we'll move our chickens in. Yes, because right now they are still in the other chicken coop. And we got babies. Yes, because chicken math. You love chicken math. I mean, you have like 19 chickens, but with chicken math, you just get like 9 more Californias. You get 10 more reds. You get some turkeys. And of course, you get meat birds. Why not, right?
Yes.
Love chicken math. I love my recall on Cash. He's so cute.
Like 6 feet short.
He's like, wait, that's my tree to pee on. I gotta pee on my tree. I see you, Mom. I'm going to come, but I have to mark my tree first. He's a good boy. He also helps keep out varmint, because he's a male and he pees on everything. Good boy. Good boy. You took a pee-pee break. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. He likes to come out and play and stay watch with everybody. And then we did an indoor job. It was raining one night. So we put the kids to work. We made them screw in the fan blades. We had to put up 2 new fans. We put one in the dining room and one in Nathan's room. But the kids enjoyed screwing in the fan blades. Of course, you got to keep them involved in everything you do, so they know how to do it when they're older. They also have fun doing it. They feel more accomplished. They feel more needed and part of the family because you involve them. Everything we do, we try to involve the kids as much as possible. And this is Michael installing Nathan's fan. On another rainy night, it was a nice warm night. It was raining. But this is what we do on a nice warm night. This is the 3rd time we've cleaned this fireplace. It's great. It keeps our house nice and cozy warm. It's easy to get lit. But this is the contraption that we use. Not a sponsor, not affiliated. It just works really great. You attach it to a drill. This is what it looks like before. And then you attach your drill to it. And you slowly go up. And all the little soot comes out. And then it's nice and clean. Not bad. This day, after the rain, we were planting potatoes. We had a whole bunch of potatoes that we had last year that I was letting chit so we could put them in the ground. So we have a whole bunch of red potatoes. It went almost to the end of this row. That's how many potatoes we had left over. And we ate a lot of fresh potatoes, but we also canned a lot of potatoes. And this is Madison saying it looks like Captain Jack Sparrow. No, Captain Jack Skellington, because we just got done watching The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is the spacing in between. I put on a hill, I put one potato on the one side and then on the other side. It goes back and forth and they alternate.
Good.
And these are all our baby chicks. We have totes as their new brooders. These are our meat birds. We got 8 of them. Oh my goodness, are they hungry? No, that's just how they always act anytime you put food and water in there. It's what they do. They're driven to eat and drink and grow. Eat, drink, and grow. That's all that they are meant to do. The little ones you see there are our new Californias. And they're all like, hey, what about me? Nathan's like swatting the turkey. Get back in your pen. You can't join the other birds. And then we give the turkeys their food. And because turkeys like to roost, Nathan was like, oh, they roost. And then he put this box in there. And the turkeys just love this box. They just continue to stand out and they poke their head out through the little prongs. And this is 3 weeks old. Next week, they'll be going out into the coop. Beautiful night. If you haven't liked or subscribed yet, please like or subscribe. It's free and it helps out the channel. It gets it out there to more people so more people can see what we do every week.